Well, hi, Paige. This is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and would love to talk with you about partnering. It seems our aims are the same. We built Win My Vote so that voters could have a sort of a home page about everything civic or everything voting. The way it works is that voters are free and they can sign up with just an email address or a social media account, and they enter their zip code, and their zip code places them in specific voting districts. So that way we can build for them an online interactive ballot of their upcoming election. So you can see here, this is 94116. This is a San Francisco uh, zip code. So my ballots, right, will be this one here, the presidential race just most recently. And then we have a gubernatorial race in 2018, both primary as well as the general. So I'll walk you through real quickly this most recent presidential election. So as a voter, I can see all the races and all the candidates. And that's from the presidential national race through the state level races down into the congressional districts and then the state senate and state assembly districts and then into the county level races. And then here, the board of supervisors and school board races and that type of stuff, I can choose to see all of those or just the ones that are in my district. And some cities have, city council at large, and some of them have ones where you have to be in the district. So we have some flexibility there. I can also look at all of the propositions that will be on the ballot as well as all of the measures. And then the way that it works from a candidate standpoint is that the candidate build their own profile and enter the races that they want to run in. So for example, I can, as a voter, I can click on a candidate and learn, a lot more about that candidate, watch a video,
I think we can all agree it's
and I can also see groups and organizations and individuals that have endorsed this candidate. So I can scroll through those as well. And let's say if I were to either follow or belong to the AFL-CIO, I could listen to what they have to say about this candidate.
Hello, I'm Liz Schuler, Secretary Treasurer of the AFL-CIO. And when the AFL-CIO endorsed Hillary Clinton for president, it was working women who were on my mind.
Yeah, and then I can say great, and if I want to favorite that candidate, I would just click on their star, and then when I go back to my ballot, you can see that the nameplate is now turned green. The candidate's moved into the first position, which will make it easier for me to access on my cell phone or tablet. And then you can also see that the percentage has changed, and that's a percentage of votes that are on my ballot here, which is San Francisco, California. There are a lot of other features. So for example, I can print out just my favorites, or I can also print out just my ballot. I can add this to a calendar so I can get reminders. I can also click on this, which is important dates for this election. I can look at registering to vote and early voting and voting by mail. I can also find my polling place. So I can type my address in here and click find your polling place, and you'll get a nice map to your polling place. I can also check some of these voter resources. Make sure that I'm registered. If not, if my state allows for it, I can register online, as well as registering to do either by mail or absentee. The propositions and the measures act the same way. So if I click on a proposition, I can read a summary of that proposition, and then I can vote either yes or no on it. And then when I go back, you can see here that it's nice and prominent that I'm voting yes on Proposition 55. And that helps a lot from a voter standpoint to sort of see the momentum that a proposition may have. I can also share it with friends on social media, and I can also discuss races here. So if I wanted to make a comment on this race, it identifies everybody on my ballot that I'm commenting on this race, and I can have a real substantive exchange with somebody that's on my ballot about the candidates that are on my ballot. And for the presidential stuff, that's not so uncommon. But when you're talking about going down and having a discussion about school board candidates where you can see and hear the candidates, and you can learn about their positions on things, and then you can discuss them with other local voters, it becomes very powerful for you to help you make a decision about who to vote for on that. And then from the standpoint of candidates running for office, we think that this level playing field is very advantageous to underfunded or underrepresented or new candidates that are just getting into politics or that would like to get into politics, but they don't want to have to raise $50,000 to campaign through mass media, television, radio, signs, and all that. This is a real inexpensive way. So we charge $100 per election per candidate. So someone running for office essentially pays $100 one time, and then they're able to manage their entire profile, and they can send it out to groups and to friends, and they can get endorsements from groups and organizations and feature those on their page as well. And there's lots of other things that they can do. But we'd love to talk with you about it and see if there's any value to us, working together. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.